talk about my fears a little bit. I didn't know I was getting. Yo, did you guys see that?
What makes us feel that oh so distinct running of a chill down our spine, or the feeling of consternation when met with something that's seemingly innocent? Are you scared? Maybe you should be. This is Blood Manor's Bloodcast. I'm here with Jim Lorenzo, the man behind all of the chaos and havoc and suffering that we experience here at Blood Manor. Welcome.
Welcome to the world of podcast. I think this is going to be an incredible experience for myself. We have a great audience that has been loyal to us for the past 20 years, and I'm super excited about it.
Over 20 years of Blood Manor. That's incredible.
The original location started out on Long Island, and then when we came to Manhattan, we were on 27th Street, and then we were on Varick Street. And now in this home, we've been here for 6 years. And unbeknownst to me, when we went out to find the location, this building was built in 1853. And this building has got quite a history to it. Matthew Brady was a very famous photographer during the Civil War era. And he photographed Abraham Lincoln here for the $5 bill. So if you have a $5 bill and you see the photograph that's on there, it was shot on the third floor.
And you weren't even aware of that when purchasing it?
No. When we found the building and whatnot, and I was meeting with the landlord, he explained to me that the building was a landmark building. So with Brady actually had his studio and lived in the building, and he set out to light the world on fire with photographing all of the images from the horrible Civil War, bodies and pieces of limbs and so on and so forth, and thought he was going to make his fortune selling those. And basically, when the war ended, no one was interested. So he died and has never left the building.
So you still see his presence to this day?
We feel his presence, see his presence. We've had people from the media who have been here and have spoken to different members of the Civil War, and they thought they were characters of ours, and we had...
Like apparition, like full body apparitions?
Full body, yes, full body.
Like they were standing right in front of them and told them about the Civil War.
In front of them, told them about, different things. And, they were like, Jimmy, I spoke to that character. And I'm like, well, that character's not.
That's actually insane. Because I played the Civil War soldier last season.
Were you alive or dead?
I was dead. I was dead. That's the thing, because I was sitting there.
Wait. No, you're alive.
Yeah, no, I'm here.
You're real. Okay. All right. Just making sure. Just checking.
Fair enough, honestly. Yeah, because I would be in there and I'd just hear the sound of explosions and bombs and all of that stuff, and then the cannon going off every time someone entered the room, and it was just like, wow, this is what it was like. A real immersive experience.
Obviously we put time, effort, and thought into it, but then it kind of takes on a life of its own. Even for yourself as an actor, you went to different levels of acting when you were here just because of what happens inside the space.
There's something different about this place compared to every other haunted establishment that I've been to prior.
We've had different locations, and each location was great. We did a wonderful job. We worked hard. We put together great shows, but there's something completely different about this experience.
So this one takes the cake for just the kind of anomalies and I guess spirit that's involved.
Presence. There's a presence here, and it holds true.
And ultimately a harmless presence, I assume.
No one's died.
I heard about the Ouija board incident. 2 of the girls that were in here were playing with it, and then it got like incredibly cold, and one of them started screaming about scratches on her back, and they pulled the costume off, and she had these long, I think it was 4 sets of scratches all over her back. But I heard that and I was like, I am never touching that thing in my entire life. I'm good. I'm not messing with that. I'm going to bring some sage and just like...
No sage.
No sage here?
No, absolutely not. No, we don't want to upset the spirits that are in the building.
Fair enough.
And we actually had, there's a really hot spot in the space on the sub-basement.
Okay.
Right near the elevator. And there was a bunch of work that took place this past winter because they put a new sidewalk in, and they were really working, and they were putting in steel, and a lot of welding was going on, and they disturbed that area, and that area got cold for a while. When I say cold, no orbs, no real presence was felt there. It took about 9 or 10 months before it started to get back.
So cold as in empty?
Yeah, like there was no, you could feel a presence, and they were kind of upset. But what took place in their space.
Were there any discrepancies around that time, like a sort of, not revenge, but kind of a message of like, don't
They
mess
just
with this.
they just kind of like they were like a little pissed off, and they went to another part of the building.
That area has always been interesting to me because it's always just kind of quiet, and I never really knew why. But now you're kind of giving me an explanation, and I don't know how to feel about that.
Standing in the area in the lower level of the basement, I photographed orbs
Really?
flying through the space. And actually, Elvis Duran, who was here with his life partner and now husband, they were there also, and they were filming it, and they were just blown away by it.
They saw like
Orbs.
actual orbs just
You
floating
see
around.
Orbs just floating through the space.
What's the size of these orbs? Like little?
They're
Tiny?
like little specks.
Okay, that's really interesting because we recently we did some social media filming here last week. In one of the videos taken, we were in the hallway. I was out there when I was on camera. There was these like little pieces of what we thought was dust flying towards me as we were going, but they were like big chunks of dust, and so I was looking with our social media person, Autumn, and we were like, "What is that?" So there's these little tiny orbs flying towards me. And we were like, that has to be dust, right? It's dust. It's dust. Yep, it's dust.
Well, you can tell Autumn that because Autumn basically craps her pants every time she comes here.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't understand how our social media person is such a wimp. I mean, she's afraid of everything.
We've got a very special guest. And that is our social media manager, Autumn. And she's afraid of pretty much everything.
Not everything.
Yeah, like 90% of things.
Like 90% of everything.
69% of everything?
70%.
70%. Okay. We really love to just kind of mess with you.
Yeah, it's a blast. I love being put into fight or flight every time I come in for a shift. It's really great. The adrenaline really
keeps you like, on your toes.
on my toes. Really helps me sleep at night when I'm trying to wind down after a
Oh,
long
I
day.
imagine. Yeah,
of being scared shitless. Yeah, it's great.
ran out with a chainsaw and stuff like that. You can just replay it in your mind like, I feel rested.
Yeah, I feel very rested after I come here, mostly because I have nothing left to give. Literally, when I come to shoot content, you guys will scare me in your regular clothes, and I'm still scared. Son of a bitch. I could do crazy things like skydive. I mean, I've been on stage for thousands and thousands of people. I want to go run with the bulls, but something about the haunted, something about ghosts, about pop-up scares, about the crazy people in the morgue. Oh my God, the blue hair girl, KT, you scare the shit out of me.
KT's scary.
She scares me, and Amy too. Amy scares me.
Amy is quite the actress.
Right. There's something about it that just freaks me out. So I came in, I've been wanting to go to a haunted house because I believe Blood Manor is my first haunted house.
Oh,
My first
no way.
legitimate haunted house. I've gone to some in my home state, New Mexico, but they were... Holy son of a bitch! Okay, wow. Okay, oh my God. Amy, I just talked about how scary you were. Guys, don't put this online.
So we went through together.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like one of the first haunted houses I had ever been to. Every time somebody popped up and scared me, my poor boyfriend was in front of me because I made him go in front of me. And then you were behind me I fell on you. So my boyfriend Goose was in front of me trying to hold my hands while he was catching me. And the whole time I was crying. I cried. If I had any P2P, I probably would have pissed myself.
Did you not just a little bit?
No, I really didn't.
I just went through Blood Manor in Tribeca and I pissed myself.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
No, I did not. But I did,
You bought the shirt.
I did buy the shirt
I thought
because
you
I just
did.
wanted it.
So you can jump out of a moving plane, but a guy in a mask is too much.
I mean, the plane is like,
It's just a plane.
it's just like you just jump out and it's in God's hands or whoever's hands. It's not
Fair
mine
enough.
anymore.
Yeah.
But here, I'm choosing to be here. I'm really freaking out. For some reason, my heart is actually pounding, and I know you.
For context, this is not like a first time meeting. Last week we did a bunch of really awesome little social media shots. We all hung out for hours. You should know Amy's harmless.
Amy is harmless. Her character?
Cut. Yeah, I mean, she's a doctor. You can trust her, right?
What school did you go to for that? Yeah.
Are you shaking?
Yes. Yeah. I hate this.
So your first experience was quite the exhilarating one.
It was very exhilarating. It scared the shit out of me. And then I met Jim outside.
Mm-hmm.
And when I met Jim outside, he was like, "Oh, you want to go through again?" And I was like, "Nah, No, I said yes. And I went through again and I thought I was going to be less scared. I was way more scared the second time because
You
I
didn't have
knew
room
what
to
was
fall on.
coming. Yeah.
That too.
And then I feel like y'all stepped it up the second
Most
time, even
likely.
harder.
Yeah. Well, we remember when people go through twice. We got kind of a photographic memory for that.
And even me running through as the social media manager.
It's never the same.
It's never the same.
It's never the same.
And
yeah.
I have videos of me recording and having to scream, social media manager, because they would still pop up and scare me.
I mean, you can go through the start of the season and the end. You're gonna have basically a different show. People's acts, they evolve, they change, and really, you get to see something different every time. Isn't that right? She actually works a real mortuary table. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Amy, I love you so much. This is really freaking me out. No, don't pop at me. I know it's coming. It's still gonna scare me. Okay.
It's gonna happen. But you
One
don't.
day I won't be. One day I won't be. Okay.
Amy, I'd like to ask you, what's your favorite part of this all?
The cutting.
The cutting. Okay.
Can you tell my mom?
What's your best cut?
What's my best cut?
Yeah.
The cutting.
I see. What do you think about this, Autumn? The cutting.
Which one? Okay, Amy, enough. Okay, enough.
See, this is fun.
I thought this was gonna be like, me sit down, talk about my fears a little bit. I didn't know I was gonna. Yo, did
was
you
that?
guys see that?
The fuck was that?
What was that? We didn't see anything.
Did you see
What are
that?
talking about?
The fuck is that?
No, stop. All right, you know what?
We didn't see anything.
Look, my job here is to get social
Wait,
media.
what the actual-
It's not to
I
die.
didn't saw anything.
No, that's
this
a prop.
wasn't here. This was not here. Well, I got out of there just in time. On this podcast, it'll basically be a meeting ground for people all over the horror scene. So if you liked what you saw, we would absolutely love if you were to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below with your fear. We want to feature them in future videos and kind of go in and examine what makes you scared. So I've been Raymundo, this has been Blood Manor's Bloodcast, and we hope that you have a horrible night.